My first stop is at the Medieval Arms and Armorware. The picture you see is of a full body wear. On to the next one. I begin my geography field trip at the DIA, Detroit Institute of Arts, on 5200 Woodward Avenue. I'm sitting in front of the DIA on the 12th white marble step. Now let's go inside. In this picture is a half-body armorware that is worn by the soldiers that in the medieval times. This display shows a showcase of mummies back in the ancient Egyptian history. This picture shows how furniture looked back in the 1800s. Today, our furniture looks much different. Here I am having lunch with my daughter in the DIA dining area, lower level. On the next picture, they will show a little bit more. This is another picture showing the DIA's dining room area. This is a nice place to take your children to field trip or to visit the DIA. They can see the view upstairs, and then they can come down and have lunch. Heading south on Woodwards, 2 blocks from the DIA, is the First Congregational Church of Detroit. It was established by David and Alice Beacon in 1801. Notice the red clay brick Indian designs that are on the front of the building. The designs are unique and very beautiful. Continuing south on Woodward, 2 buildings named after animals, Fox Theater and Comerica Park, home of the Tigers baseball team. The front entrance is one big statue of a tiger. Up on the building are 4 tigers, and 2 are on the right side of the park. Along the front are 20 tiger head lights. Traveling to the next street, turning left onto Jefferson, which is named after our 3rd president, heading east to Brush Street to Greektown, where I board the People Mover. Getting off at stop 2, Michigan Avenue, a cast bronze reflecting people on the run. On the wall are 14 figures running to catch the train by Kirk Newman, the longest one is 23-foot span. Getting off at stop 4, Cobo Hall Cavalcade of Cars, the mural of 7 vintage autos in Venetian glass mosaic, tribute to the Detroit's auto industry. My last stop at number 6, stop 6, Financial District, shows a hand-painted mural, ceramic mural of peacocks. The mural was made of Venetian and Aztec design. Off the train now, I'm going down into Greektown to Second Baptist Church. This is where one of the Underground Railroad is located, found in 1836 by the 13th farmer slaves. This is the oldest black congregation in Michigan. From the beginning, the church has occupied a prominent place in Detroit's black community. In 1839, it established the city's first school for black children, and the first pastor, Reverend William C. Monroe, who was voted anti-slavery activist. On January 6, 1863, Detroit's blacks celebrated the Emancipation Proclamation here. Heading east on Jefferson, on the way to a place called Pig Island, which is now Bell Island. The Indians called the islands White Swan Island. They then changed the name to Rattlesnake Island. In 1768, an early settler brought the islands from the Indians for 8 barrels of rum, 3 rolls of tobacco, 6 pounds of red paint, and 1 belt of wampum. The French settlers used the islands for their cows and hogs, and in this way the animals could not stray away, and they would be protected from the Indians. There were so many hogs on the island that the name was changed to Hog Island. Later the island was named Bell Islands in honor of Isabel Cass, the daughter of Lewis Cass. Upon entering Bell Isles, I saw several people jogging, walking, and fishing. There was 2 young girls with their father flying a kite. The father allowed me to take a picture of him. He was very friendly, and his name was Mr. Wilford. As I journeyed on around Belle Isle, I came upon the Dawson Great Lakes Museum. Here I found many things from the bottom of the Detroit River. Sitting in Dawson Great Lakes Museum on display is Miss Pepsi, a speedboat, and Miss Pepsi has retired. On the front of Great Lakes Museum sits the anchor with the flagpole facing Canada. Sitting at the museum is me sitting on top of one of the great big anchors that they pulled from the river. I'm leaving Belle Isle and heading west on Jefferson Street to 75 South, on my way to a famous historical Fort Wayne. Historical Fort Wayne is where the Tuskegee Airmen were all African American pilots that fought in the war, and they put on shows still here at this complex. They also have an elementary school that's on this ground. I'm sure that it's still there. And they also do displays and shows for different people. This is the end of my journey, and I'm on my way home.